Hello there and welcome, fellow veterans and nerds, and welcome to another Nerdy Vet review. I am Greg, also known as Nerdy Vet 574, and we're going to talk today about a movie that I thought was just amazing. And of course, that movie is Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania. But before we get into that, I want to thank one of our friends that helps make this show happen, and that's our friends over at TRG Toys and Collectibles. Make sure you go check them out at trgtoys.com. Great items, great collectibles, Marvel, Star Wars, you name it, they have it. So check them out, trgtoys.com. But now let's get into this movie. Just unbelievable. I thought it was great. I'm not sure where some of these critics were getting their reviews from. I don't know if they watched the same movie as I did, but really, I thought Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania was amazing. Of course, we're getting reunited with some of our favorite characters from the Ant-Man franchise. Obviously, Scott Lang, Ant-Man, the Wasp, Hank, Janet, and of course his daughter Casey. Just overall, the family's all together. Great feeling way we're starting off. And then next thing you know, guess what, everybody? We're in the quantum realm, which we're going to stay throughout the whole, pretty much the whole entire movie. So there's no surprise there, especially since the title. But anyways, this movie was great. You know, not only was the cast put together very well, we already know how great Paul Rudd and everybody just works together there. But you know, the addition of Jonathan Majors with his first appearance on the big screen for Kane, the Conqueror, just was unreal. He really helped tie this movie together, and I can't wait to see more of what is going to happen with the Marvel Universe, especially after this movie ended. You will be in for a surprise as this movie goes. But this movie had so much more than just a great cast. You know, obviously, you know, we had great CGI. They used the same kind of CGI that they used for The Mandalorian, so they used those screens, made everything just look just so much better. Speaking of the CGI, do yourself a favor, go see this in the movie theater. Do not wait to watch this at home. It will not, the CGI will just not do justice on your big screen. I'm sorry, you want to see this in a movie theater. I'm glad I did. I cannot wait to go see it again, and probably again and again, just because it was so put together so well. Now, obviously, you know, we still have the same, you know, some of the casts that we've seen before. There are some new characters as well. Obviously, one played by Bill Murray. I'm very anxious to see what your guys' thoughts on his character is going to be. I do know that it kind of puts some awkward and some very interesting moments in the movie. I don't want to get too much into it because I don't want to throw any spoilers out there for you all, but you all know that he's in there if you've seen the trailers, and so on. A lot of great new characters. And I will say this here, just watch out. Just make sure you cover your holes. You don't want to drink anything that you don't know what it is. You'll find out what I'm talking about as you're watching the movie. But this movie, with some of these characters that we're getting, also has some great one-liners in it that will just make you laugh. Let's talk about action. This movie had a ton of action. It's definitely probably one of the most action-packed movies that we've seen from Marvel. And I know that's crazy thinking about the Avengers and, you know, Captain America, but it was nonstop. There was really not many dull, you know, let's get going moments. You know, there was a lot of great backstories. There are some flashbacks, and some of you who've seen some of my other reviews know how much I dislike flashbacks, but they worked in this movie. They were not overdone, and it told the greater picture. We're going to see the return of some other characters, which I'm not going to tell you. You have to wait to see. But there is a little bit of disappointment because there are some characters that you were hoping to see again that unfortunately we did not see in this movie. So, you know, hopefully we'll see them again sometime in the Marvel Universe, but we will not see them in this movie. Again, I'm not going to tell you who those characters are. Overall, just a great, fun movie. A lot of action, great CGI, great cast, just a lot of laughs, and there's just a lot of emotion. There's like obviously a hidden message in this movie as well, which is very deep. But at the same time, it didn't overwhelm the movie with messages being put in it, and that's one of the things I liked about it. You know, it kept kind of its own story, but also told a story of something that could happen in real life. So just remember that. Always look out for the little guy. Going into this movie, I was already excited, but I was even more excited as I watched it, which is why I will go see it again a couple times so I can really look for some of the hidden Easter eggs as well. Like all Marvel movies, it still amazes me how many people leave before the credits end. There are 2 end credit scenes, so make sure you stay and watch those. It's definitely going to be setting up for something big that's happening there. It was just great to see, you know, again, Jonathan Majors reprising his role as King the Conqueror. Just looked great. Really, just his character is just wow. That's all I can say is wow. This movie ties in well with all the Marvel movies. Probably the best Marvel movie of this phase so far, and it's definitely in my. It is probably in one of my top 5 now Marvel movies, which I know that's crazy, especially with some of the great Marvel stuff that we had. But just overall, it was fun. I love Ant-Man. I love just the pace and the atmosphere that you get from Ant-Man movies. It's fun. It's exciting. It's emotional, and it's something that you can kind of relate with, especially with him kind of starting from the bottom and working his way to the top there. So overall, again, go see it. Do not disappoint yourself and wait for it at home. Go see it in the movie theater. You'll love it. Go see Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania. Don't listen to those critics that are bashing it. I know I'm saying it's kind of weird I'm saying that because I'm actually reviewing it. Form your own opinion, but I'll tell you, I think you're going to like it if you are a Marvel fan. So overall, I give it a 5 out of 5. Again, go see it. Go see it. Go see it. I can't tell you enough on that. Also, always like to end and make sure, fellow veterans, brothers and sisters, if for some reason you need help, don't be afraid to ask. We lose 22 vets a day to suicide, and that's just 22 too many. Even one is too many. So if you need help or see one of your brothers and sisters that need help, don't be afraid to ask. It could save a life, and you could be a lifesaver just by saying, hey, are you doing okay? So go out there, make sure everyone's all right. You don't even have to be a veteran. Are you doing okay? We don't want to lose anybody because we want to make sure we're all having fun together and enjoying some of these great Marvel movies and other movies that are coming out as well. So until then, everybody, make sure you go see this movie. I can't wait to do my next review. And like always, may the force be with you. Love you all, and I'll see you next time.